Hi folks, I'm in Heidelberg in Germany, and this is a kiwi plant. It's March, winter is basically over, the cherry plums and cherries are already in bloom, but there are not a lot of fruit in Germany in spring for a very simple reason: winter is a little bit too cold for flowers. So most flowers will actually die at some point during winter, even if they bloom in winter. And so you will get no fresh fruit in spring. However, there is still a number of species which have their fruit from last autumn, like this kiwi here, Actinidia sinensis. The fruit, well, in Germany, in most years, they don't really get ripe. In most years, the sun is not enough for kiwis to ripen properly. So in most years, you can either wait for the first frost. After the frost, they get soft and kind of resemble ripe fruit. Or you can pick them before the first frost, store them in your basement and wait till they get soft and eat them when they get soft. Those here, I'm actually surprised that they survived all the way till March and that they are still perfectly edible. Well, they're a little bit small and hairy. This plant was planted a couple decades ago here on the university campus, and since then nobody ever cared for it. Sometimes people are harvesting the fruit, but it's not being pruned or watered, so the fruit are quite small. So the same amount of hair is basically distributed over a much smaller area. Okay, now let's try the taste. As you can see, the inside is already halfway liquefied, like in a really ripe kiwi. As I said, I'm surprised it lasted till March. It is still perfectly edible. Yeah. Tastes like a normal overripe kiwi. Not too bad. Still perfectly edible. Always be careful. Wild or feral or more primitive kiwis tend to have a little sharp spine where the peduncle is attached. The spine is inside the flesh. See here? It's really hard, so if you swallow this, or even if you chew on it, it might hurt you. A lot of kiwi berries have this spine too. A lot of the more modern kiwi varieties usually don't have it, or it's so short that it's actually blunt. But in those kiwis, it's still quite painful. Oh yes, it's getting through the skin of my thumb. So yeah, beware of this one sharp spine here. Let's try another kiwi. Pretty soft, feels overripe. Oh yeah. This is already borderline. Hasn't really started fermenting yet, but it's really soft and squishy. Actually, I can taste a little bit of fermentation in this one. Still edible, but yeah, I don't like fermented kiwis that much. Third one, also quite ripe, really translucent. But yeah, tastes like an overripe kiwi. Perfectly edible. Well, folks, those were foraged kiwis from Germany in March. Stay tuned for more fruit videos from the parks and gardens of Germany. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.